Hi guys, welcome back. This is Nicole Peterson with Picket Fence Studios. We are here for our second live to celebrate World Card Making Day. Super excited to be here on two platforms, YouTube and Facebook, but apparently now Facebook's not working. Well, hello YouTubers. Or is YouTube working?
YouTube's working.
Just refresh. All right, guys. So, YouTubers, welcome. This is Nicole Peterson. We're the owners, Matt and Nicole Peterson. My husband is here also. I'm the designer, chemist, educator, custodian at Picket Fence Studios, and I am here today to show you a second card for World Card Making Day. Super excited about this, guys. I absolutely love teaching. I was an elementary school teacher for 18 years, and since I retired, I just don't get to teach anymore. So I have been super psyched to come today and play around with some fun products and let everybody know what's going on with PFS. Having a little issue with Facebook. However, this is the card that we're going to make. I didn't have a chance to clean my mat. I apologize for that. But this is the slimline card that we're going to be making. So this is based off of our original slimline die cutting system. Which, let me get it out for you. It's always right here. So this is based off of our original slimline die cutting system. It has a larger rectangle, and then I used this circle. So what we're going to do today is we're going to play with
Just not going to put anything.
close Facebook and start.
I did. It's like Facebook is, I'm trying to make it private. Doesn't make sense.
Okay, well, let me...
Just kind of talk for now.
Okay, guys, so what we're going to do is we're going to play first with a stencil and a stencil. We're going to play with a stencil first. We're going to make the backdrop. A stencil, and then we're going to use the B and Polar Ice Layers ombre. And we're going to start with a piece of black cardstock. Okay, so this is one of our stencils. It is called Broken Fence. So what we're going to do, this is a magnetic mat from Ranger. And what I'm going to do is, what I have done to this mat is it is magnetic, and it comes with this magnetic ruler, okay, right here. So what I like to do is I like to use this board not only for it being magnetic, but I also like to use it for the magnetic purposes, but also because it keeps this straight line. So I have pixie spray on the back of this stencil, and I'm just going to line this stencil up on the edge because, like I said, it lets me do that. And then the board is magnetic, so I have pixie spray to stick the stencil to the paper, and I need
now Facebook is starting to come in, so if you could kind of recap it.
Okay, guys, so welcome Facebookers. We are starting our second card today. It is this Halloween card. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to create this fun matte gray paper glaze background. So what I've done is I first have a piece of black cardstock, and I'm using this Ranger metal board with some magnets. Or well, actually, I left the magnets in the other room, so we don't need the magnets. But I like this because I can line it up straight on this ruler. Now, this ruler didn't come purple. I actually destroyed it, and the paper came off of it by accident. So I just wrapped it in purple tape, and then now I have a ruler that when I get a medium on it, I can just go ahead and not worry about it too much because I already ripped and tore the paper off by accident. You know, those times. So what we're going to do is we have a product that we have a couple of products. One of them is called Paper Glaze Enhancer. And what this is you add Paper Glaze Enhancer to paper glaze. And it takes the shine and pearlescent out of paper glaze. So paper glaze is shiny and pearlescent. However, when you look at this card here, you'll see this is very matte, okay? And what this is this right here is letter B in the Polar Ice Layers Ombre set. So we have a 3 set of ombres, and the B layer, the B jar of that is what I'm going to be showing you. And what it is this has been pre-mixed for you. And what it is paper glaze, what we used in the last video, is paper glaze and then paper glaze enhancer, okay? Now this formula color is not available, so the color is different. But I wanted to see how you guys liked having this product pre-mixed, so we kind of released it within an ombre set. So what you do is take paper glaze enhancer and regular paper glaze, and you mix them two together. And by doing that, what happens is it removes all of the pearlescent, okay? So you take something that's nice and shiny, like paper glaze, and you put our paper glaze enhancer into it, and it's a 1-to-1 ratio. Okay, 1-to-1. See how I don't care if I get it on this purple ruler because I have it covered with that purple tape. So this paper glaze enhancer, which is a huge jar, okay guys, what it does is it turns all of your paper glaze into a second medium. Yes. So your paper glaze becomes like a 2-for-1 by adding paper glaze enhancer, okay? So paper glaze enhancer to regular paper glaze will give you what I'm showing you now. Now this is an ombre set color. We don't sell our ombre set colors except Christmas red and Christmas green separately. So, but I'm showing you a trick that you can use your regular colors of paper glaze and apply it like so. The stencil I'm using is called Slimline Broken Fence. All right, and if you just want to try it, this is in the Polar Ice Ombre set, and it's letter B. So just to give you guys a head up, I heard someone talking about this. The sets of glaze, of paper glaze that's in the ombre sets, the ones that come with it do not have names. We released like 30 new colors in 1 month. So instead of going through the trouble of, well, not trouble, but naming every one of them, we just decided to name the set. Like this is Polar Ice Layers. And then there's an A that goes with this and a C. So letter B in Polar Ice Layers is going to be that matte finish stencil. So we're going to go ahead and pull this off and reveal what happens. So if you notice, you'll see that the finish is very flat, and when it dries, it literally, it looks like velvet, Or some people say it looks like clay. I mean, not clay, chalk. Super fun. And you see I made a little mistake right there. That's okay. This is our demo one, right? Okay, so that's how we created the front of our stencil. I'm gonna put this to the side. Now guys, this stencil needs to be immediately cleaned because any of our paper glaze products, all of them I should say, of our paper glaze products, they dry extremely fast, and especially if you live in a drier state, they really dry fast. So see, this is the spatula, the palette knife I was using. So I'm just gonna make sure I get all that off of there. However, guess what? Due to the magic of television or videography, I already have one ready. So this right here is a card base. This is from our slimline die cutting system. Slimline die cutting, slimline dies, the industry, the stamping die industry really doesn't have a industry standard. Thank you for that. Industry standard. So what's happened is every company has basically decided upon their own measurements. Some of us have overlapped. At Picket Fence Studios, our slimline is 8.5 and then 3.5. Okay, or if you want to turn it sideways, horizontal, it could be 8.5, 3.5, either way. So what I've done here is I've taken the panel that I just showed you how to apply the Polar Ice Layer C to. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you how to make these fun little windows. So if you can see this, the first window is a shaker, okay? It has all these itty bitty little ghosts. And then down here at the bottom is the scene from the die cut Halloween graveyard. It's a die cut. And I'm gonna be using this die cut to make a Christmas card too, coming up. Okay, so we're gonna work on the shaker bit first. Let's see, we need some black foam tape. We need regular double wide tape. And what we're going to do is first we need to make sure this is completely clean. I like to make sure that my shaker cards do not fall apart. So guys, this is going to be a slimline shaker card with a second little scene and a fun little spider. And when you open it up, I put another spider dangling down on the inside. Okay, super fun. So what we're going to do is we're going to start first with starting with our shaker. So I'm going to take this double-sided clear tape and I'm going to put the tape all around the center of this circle. I need something, babe. So all right here, I'm going to go around the circle and I'm going to put this double-sided tape. Now it doesn't have to be pretty because you are going to be covering this. This is the back of the shaker card, so no one is going to see what we're doing right here. So we're making our own homemade, handmade shaker card. Now I'm a little bit more intense with shaker cards than some, and I say that because I do not like my shakers to fall apart. I mean, I really truly want to be able to mail them around the world, have it come back to me, shake it again, and still have it perfect. So my way of doing that, of having the shaker bits never ever ever falling out, is to create a pocket within my shaker card.
What do you need?
So if look right in front of my desk in the two drawers, the drawer closest to the closet, there's this packet of transparencies. So what I do is I create a little pouch, a pocket with inside here. So my first thing I do is I put double-sided tape like I've done here, and then I'm going to take a transparency and I'm going to place it on top of this. But I'm going to be right back. I have to go grab it. Hold on. I'll be right back. I forgot to grab it. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. It's hard sometimes to remember to bring everything from my studio. It's hard sometimes to remember to bring everything from my studio into the video room. So I forgot embossing, or sorry, these are for embossing. However, this is what I use for my shaker cards. And I also forgot my little cornstarch duster for static. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab one of these, and now this is going to be too large because this is perfect size for A2. So what I do is I put the card that I'm using on top of the transparency, and then I just grab a pair of scissors and I cut it a little tiny bit smaller than what I need. Okay, and then it needs to be about, so I'm just kind of trimming this up to put on the back. Now, I have, this is the static free bag that people use for embossing powder. Well, this is, I'm also going to rub this to get rid of the static on both sides of this transparency. And also I have some on my fingers, okay? So the first part of my pocket for my shaker bits is we laid down that tape. Now we're putting the first layer, okay, the first layer of acetate. Now what we're going to do is we're actually going to, well, I'm going to cut this little piece off. Now what we're going to do is we're going to build our levees, okay? Now we don't have to worry about this down here because this is not a shaker, just the top part. So I have some double-sided black adhesive foam, or I have these little strips. So hard to find the black ones, but this is what we're going to use. I did find them. I think I found them on CatherinePooler.com, actually. Maybe. I think that's where it was. So they're black and they're small, tiny little strips. But what we're going to do is, what I like about them is that you can actually peel off like 3 at a time. So since this part right here is pretty thick, I can actually come and place 3 of these strips on this side.
Where'd you get the tape holder?
Those aren't gross. I bought the tape holder off of, those aren't gross, off of Etsy, but I don't know her name. Hold on, Matt. I don't know the lady's name, but if you go on Stamp Junkies and ask on Stamp Junkies who's the lady that sells the tape dispensers, they'll know who you're talking about. Because, and there, look, this is excellent, guys. It's one of those 3D printer things. I have 2 of these. I have one for all my like purple tape and stuff, and then this one. Yeah, that is a godsend. I really enjoy that tool. I used to have this one that was super heavy that you can buy off of, what's that store? Uline. But it was really heavy, and if you drop that thing on your toe, or let's say you dropped it on your dog, you're going to be going to the vet or the hospital because I'm talking like super duper strength. Something that I don't need to have access to. I'm a little clumsy. I don't need any more help, right? So I'm just coming here and I'm building this levee. Do y'all see my little levee that I have built all the way around? So this is what New Orleans is. New Orleans is a hole that's lower than the rest of the surrounding area, and they built levees around it. Now, what I'm going to do is, Matt went run to get me something because So I'm going to show you how else I'm going to build this. And this is how I do every single shaker card, just like this. Because I love these little, they're terrible. And the reason why I do it like this is they're so super easy. And see these little pieces here? I can take this and just go directly across and it fits there. I love these little strips. You just don't want to get too close to the edge because then somebody might see them. You know, we don't want anyone to see our little, you know, cheating parts, right? Our little cheating hearts. All right, so we're just going to come and I'm going to fill all of this in like so. And I know some are like, golly, Nicole, that's a lot of foam tape. But I really truly believe that if you want a good shaker, he found them. If you want a good shaker, it's all in the base, okay? So here we're just laying down our foundation. Now guys, even though this part right here is not going to be a shaker element, I am going to have to build it up later on, so that way we make sure that the space is level when we go to glue them together. Okay, so check this out. I'm going to be using, well, there you go, live TV, right? Not those. That's what happens when you don't close things, right? All right, so I'm going to be using the sequence set. There it is. And this one is called Midnight Tales, right? Yes, Midnight Tales. And what's cool about Midnight Tales is there are ghosts inside of it. There's these teeny tiny little ghosts. And we're going to also be using those ghosts as little embellishments. Sorry, I got to get this out. As little embellishments for the lower part of our tree. So actually, I'm going to probably pour almost all of this in there. And I don't have a whole lot of ghosts. So I do have a little side pouch over here of extra ghosts. I'm going to be honest. I took all the ghosts out of this one and I used it on here. So here's the excess ghosts and then the rest of them are in there. So I didn't have any ghosts left. I just used them all. I was very, I wasn't very, I should have held back, put it that way. Now I do sometimes have a bad habit of putting too much in my shaker cards. You know, I just want it to be pretty and everybody to just have shake, 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 right? But what I'm going to do with this one is I want to just add a few of this mix. When I made this card, this mix right here was not out. This mix has these cute little coffins. Can y'all see that? Cute little coffins. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pick out a few of these coffins and put them in here since we're going to have a coffin graveyard, a Halloween graveyard. So I'm just going to pick some of these out and stick them in there. So we'll have some graveyard and some ghosts. All right, so the neck, and you want to make sure this is not too tall because sometimes clay it's different than sequence because they can actually stand up, if you will, when I'm tongue-tied now, when static cling gets to them. So just wanted to make sure that that's nice and level. Now I'm going to grab another piece of my acetate. Okay. And I'm going to create my second layer of pouch. So this time, well, first you always want to grab this static cling and get rid of that because you put this on top of those sequins and it's going to be like raising them from the dead. Also, make sure you get some on your hands. So again, I'm going to use this card. Again, I'm going to use this card to help me figure out the size I need to cut. Okay, so it's about a little too much. So I'm just trimming this down, cutting it here. Okay, now comes the fun part. Now we're gonna peel off all these little pieces. So if you have to go run to get a drink or something, and you need to take a little break, now is the time to do it. Because this is gonna take me a couple of minutes. You do not want your foam to ever overlap, because if it does, it's going to make a big deal when you go on when you turn this card over to make sure that it's nice and level. And you'll see why in a moment when I do the bottom portion of it. So I'm just going to peel this off. Now notice, I'm being gentle, okay? I'm trying not to like pick at it too much, because if you pull on it too quickly, the tape that's already been released, if you pick at it, the sequins and the clay are going to jump up and they're going to pop. See, look, my finger stuck to it. They're going to pop up and they're going to move, and you're going to end up with sequins and clay on the inside, on the wrong part of your shaker, where it's going to mess up how it lays down. So I'm just going to pull. I'm not going to pull all of these on the side, just enough to make sure that they're exposed. I told y'all, I refuse to let my shaker fall apart. It happened one time and never again. I was so mad at myself. It's like, I'm gonna figure out a way to get those things to stay where they belong. Okay, so I have all of this exposed. So now I'm going to, see, I touched it. So now I'm going to take my piece, and I'm going to go ahead and rub it again with the static cling. Make sure I get it on my fingers. And I'm going, look, you see what happens? The clay especially will stick. All right, so we're just going to place it on. Now, before I let this other side down, I'm going to have to come in here and fix some of my clay who decided they were going to stand up. So the ones that stood up that are going to keep it from laying flat, I have to go and force them down. Now after all this, do you see why I don't want my shaker card to fall apart? It's like, after all this work, you're staying down, you stinker. All right. Now, I see that I don't like how close this clear edge is. So to the edge of the black. So I'm just going to run my scissors right here, and I'm just going to trim off this excess clear. And this is just something to make sure it has a nice presentation, because I really don't like when I pick up one of my shaker cards and I can see a clear edge whenever I'm admiring the card. And you know, this is just to taste. It's just, again, something to help your card look a little bit more polished and prepared. All right, but now I got this little edge. I'm gonna cut this. Okay, so now when you turn it over, look, you can shake it all day. Guess what? It is not gonna come apart. How cool is that? And you see we have all those little pretty ghosts in there. Super fun. Okay, the next part, what we're going to do is we're going to take, let's see. So this is one of our Glitz colors. And this color is called Harvest, what is it? Fall Golds. So this is the color that I want to place in here. However, I did spread it out, but I kind of forgot to do this ahead of time, like yesterday. So I had to do it about an hour ago. So we'll see if this is actually completely dry. If not, I do have just gold paper. But Fall Golds is not just gold. If you can see, what's special or different about our Glitz is that all the formulas have between 7 to, I think it's up to 19 now, different shades of glitter, okay? So I think this is good enough. So yeah, so let's see, turn it over. So instead of just putting plain gold down, if you notice, our fall gold has green in it. So it's not just a flat gold, it also has other shades in it, like green and orange. And I can't tell you everything. I'm just gonna come and trim that because again, I don't like people seeing that from the side. So let me see, let me get this. Okay. No, I'm gonna turn this around because I don't like that spot. So I'm gonna turn it around to the bottom. And the bottom, you're not ever going to see that, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to temporarily tape this. Now when I'm doing shaker cards, this double scotch tape is very important because it allows you to hold things in place like this, okay? Because we know where we're gonna want this in the final finished product. So I don't want to glue it down though because I still need it to move because we're going to put in the Halloween graveyard die. Now I do have this already die cut and it's dry and it's around here somewhere. I'm looking for it. This is what the die looks like. So this is what the die looks like. So it cuts out like a floating graveyard. However, I don't know where mine went. Where did it go? I know I brought it in. Can you go look on my desk? Things just disappear. And when you do more than one live in a day, it's like you have to do a live, hurry up, pick everything up, pull everything back out, and try not to lose anything. So it should be right there where my computer goes, Matt. No. Okay, I'm gonna have to go get. So this is what the die looks like. Oh yeah. It's okay. Is the silver? Yeah. Okay, bring it here, please. Okay, awesome. So this is what it looks like. So I have one in Persimmon, Autumn Persimmons, which is what color we're going to use on the spider. And then I also have it in the silver, which is Silver Bells. So I'm just going to finish real quick poking out these little pieces on the back. I already have colored it. Painted it with Silver Bells. Can you show us the Silver Bells, babe? You want to show them since you were... He's going to show you the Silver Bells real quick. So Silver Bells is one of our newest paper Glitz colors. It has many different shades inside of it, which give our paper glaze depth and dimension. And it allows you to just have a nicer looking card because it's not just one flat color. Also, they have mica in them, and because they have mica, whenever you lay this down on paper, you're always going to have a base color, if you will. So you're not just going to end up, it's not just clear, not just a clear base with colored glitter in it. It is a true mica-based medium with, like I said, between 7 and 19 different shades of glitter. Okay, so I was just poking these extra little ones out. We don't need all of them out, actually. We just need about that many. I'm gonna leave some in the mansion to make it look nice and spooky. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to place it. Look how cool, guys. Isn't that super cool? What are they saying? So isn't that fun that you can just, and I like the tree really hanging out. So I'm going to pull this tree over and kind of tilt this at an angle to make the tree really prominent and hanging off. All right, like this. Now I'm going to flip this over and I'm going to take more of my tape, of the clear Scotch tape. And I'm just going to lift this up and just temporarily tape my little mansion floating graveyard down. Just so it stays where I want it to be. Okay, now I'm going to flip this over and I can see exactly where I need to trim, right? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put some liquid glue right here on here. Can y'all see? Can they see?
Yep, you're good.
So I'm putting liquid glue behind the little mansion and behind the tree. All these little pieces. And this is going to allow the gold backing to stay put. So I'm just going to add a little glue around it also. Okay, I'm going to put this down. Close that. Just hold it for a second. I'm going to put my palm on it because pressure and warmth really heat up your white glue. Yes, the glazes dry super fast. The Glitz dry fast also. I'm the inventor of, I'm the person who created the formulation for all of our mixed media products. And I wanted them to be a product that dried super fast. Okay, now that we have that glued down, I'm going to lift up my mansion. And all right here, I'm going to put down glue. Okay, and it might look like a little bit more than what you might need, but this is an intricate part of this card and I don't want it to move. So I put a whole bunch of glue and now I'm just going to lay this back down and hold it just to get it to dry a little bit. I think I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit more tape right here, just to secure it, and a little bit more over here. All right, just see this mess? Whenever you use foam tape, it's always such a mess, right? Get all those little pieces all over the place. Yeah, wait till you see what else I did with the Halloween graveyard die. Let's just say Christmas card. It's really, really, really pretty. That's going to be our next card that we make. Okay. I'm just trying to get one more piece of tape. One more piece right there. Okay, I think we're secure. Y'all think we're secure? Okay, now we're going to turn this over and we're going to trim off the excess of the graveyard die. So let me get in close. I'm going to trim this. This is my least favorite part of crafting. I do not enjoy this. I always get too close to it and nip it. Not bad. So just going to trim this off. And remember, I applied the palm of my hand, so I really put pressure and heat on it. So I got it to be, to seal really good. All right, there we go. So there's our little scene at the bottom. But let me show you something. Do you see what it's doing? Do you see this? Can someone tell me why it's doing that? Why is it doing this? What's it not? Look on the back. What's the issue? This side of the card is super heavy because it has the transparency, sequins, and all of these foam pieces. That's what. So now we're gonna have to go back, and we're going to finish covering the back of this card with pieces of the foam tape. So that way it lays nice and flat. And if you see how this card is, how it's nice and flat. It's all flush. Nothing is bent. Okay, after you go through all this trouble of making this, you want to make sure that you finish on a good note. Now I have these strips, and let's see, would it be better to go this way or better to go this way? I think it's better to go this way. And you do want to make sure you're kind of lining it up on the edge. I'm just going to snip it right there. Okay. Then I'm going to take this piece. Actually, I'm going to take this and put it here. How many is that? 2, 4, 6. 2, 4, 6. This one has 8. I really love these. They also have them, scrapbook.com has these, and the ones on scrapbook.com, they're not black, they're white, but they're 12 inches. So you can use them. They're awesome for slimline cards because, you know, they're longer. So I'm just coming and laying this down. Oh, look, I was see that one little bit short? That's okay. These things are so awesome. You can take this and just shove it in there, and it fits. And look, I can probably do one going across right there. And fill in there. Okay. Now, I brought an extra pack because I knew I was probably gonna go, and guys, these are cheap. Like one pack is 50 cents. I mean, nothing compared to what we pay for everything else, right? And I think they're Doris. Look on the back, babe, and see if they're Doris. I don't know if they're Doris or if it's something I just picked up. Multicraft. Oh, Multicraft Imports. I don't know who that is. Is that?
They're located in Canada.
Oh, they're out of Canada. But Doris has the white ones, and scrapbook.com has the 12-inch white ones. Okay, now, safe to say my shaker card's not going to fall off, right? Yeah. Okay, so we're not going to pull that tape off yet. We're just going to leave it. Now I want you to see. Do you see how flat that card is now? Okay, it's nice and flat. When we attach this to our card base, it's going to give it that perfect backing, and it's going to be great. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we are going to attach the spiders. Okay, so here, I've already die cut my spiders, thank goodness, right? I've already die cut my spiders, and I have I have cut some strips of the paper that I die cut them from, which is this. So this tape, guys, look, if you want to take your phone and snap a picture, it's called Forever in Time. I'm pretty sure I bought this at a scrapbook convention. I'm pretty sure. And the back of it says Multicrafts Imports, Ottawa, Canada. Made in Taiwan. I don't know, but when I did buy it, I bought like 10 packs because I knew that it would be something I'd have trouble ever finding again. Okay, so what we're going to do is, we're going to move this to the side for a second. And I have cut out 2 spiders. So we're going to be using another die. And this die is called Spiderweb. And it looks like this. Okay, this is what it looks like die cut, which we're going to use it. But it comes with 2 spider dies, which have crawled away on my desk and are hiding from me. No idea where they went. Oh, there they are. I told you they were hiding. So with this die here, you get a very long spider die and then a smaller spider. So you get a mama and a papa, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to have these little strips. And if you look on here, I wanted it to look down, to look like the spider was going to drop down on the spooky house, the graveyard house. So I extended the, what would you call that? The part of the, it's not web. What do you call that part on a spider that comes down? It's spit, if you will. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little glue right here. I have somehow managed to lose the tip of my glue. Oh, it's been a fun day. I'm glad it's not over yet. A fun day, but it's also, it can be like, oh, where's everything going? So all I'm doing is gluing the extension of the spider. Maybe you can see better that way. The little spit part or the web part that was attached to the spider die to a piece of the same exact paper. And this paper is, I took a piece of craft cardstock. So guys, you don't always have to use your paper Glitz on top of just white or black cardstock. I did this on top of this craft cardstock and it gave it a totally different look. So if you see here, I don't know if y'all can tell here, but this spider, I did not do it on craft. I think it's on top of black. And you can actually see the difference in the colors of the spiders. Same Glitz, just different colors. Okay, so now to hide what I did right there, I'm going to glue another spider, a spider mama, on top. So we have 2 spideys. All right. So I'm just going to, no questions, Matt? Any questions, guys? Come on, I'm at a good point to take some questions. No questions? You know, when I was going to, I told you I was an educator for 18 years. In college, they told us that when there's no questions, that means that you're doing a good job. And I disagree with that. I think if somebody has a question, I think it's perfectly okay for someone to ask, right? Okay, so here is my spider. We're actually going to go ahead and attach him now. Okay, so he's going to go right there. Wasn't that easy, guys? And look, all I did, can you show him the Autumn Persimmons paper Glitz? So Matt's going to show you the Autumn Persimmon paper Glitz. All I did was take it and spread it onto an entire sheet of craft cardstock. And guys, it makes it look like leather, okay? Like the feel of this strip, it really strengthens it and makes it feel like you can bend it. And the first time I did this, I thought this would be, watch, bend this for them. You can see how when it bends like leather. So here's my spider. So if you look at this, you see how this thin one, how the spider I can curve it in all different ways. That's the paper Glitz that's allowing that to happen. Oh, I have it down here, almost touching. All right, and this is going to go right across that acetate. If I can get that, babe, I need help. Look, the sequence is stuck. Get it off. Thank you. Why weren't we born with 3 hands, huh? All right. So right there. And if you know, so here's the tip of it. You see how it looks like, it feels like just leather? And if you want, you can just, well, I'm just going to cut it off. But you can pull it back. I'm just going to cut it off and then fold it over. Because I like it when it looks like it's folded over a little bit. So I'm just going to fold it and just hold it for a second. Okay. So there's our spider. We're actually almost done, believe it or not. This card takes a lot of prep time, but after you do all the prep, it's pretty good. It's done. All right, so now we have our spider. I just want to make sure I'm placing this in the correct way. So that looks about right. So right here, so this is what this looks like, okay? The spider die, the spider web die, very intricate. This is what it looks like. But we're actually going to use it upside down. Because why use it the right way when you can use it upside down? There we go. That's how it goes. Okay, so I'm going to cut off right there. So we know that this is the point here. I'm going to cut some of this off. Just by cutting it, it just gives it a little bit more of a Halloween feel where it's not just perfect, you know, it's kind of irregular. What did I do? Here we go. I think I must have colored it. I must have painted it on the other side. Yeah. There we go. What happened is when I colored this die, I colored it on the opposite side of the first time, so that's why I'm having issues with it. But actually, that's okay. We're just going to do it like this. We'll just slap it down. I colored the wrong side. Not the wrong side. I colored it different than the first time I painted it, not colored it. All right, so just as long as we don't cover up everything that we have done, we want to leave some. Okay, so now I'm going to tack this down. I'm going to put glue on the back. And I know some people would ask me, why don't I run it through Xyron, or why don't I use a full sheet, a sticker sheet? And that's because this has, I die cut this with the Glitz on it. So it's already, the Glitz has already made this thicker enough, but it still can go through the die cut machine. I don't know if you could put a thick double-sided sticker on the back of this and then still expect it to cut all the way through the layers of a piece of double-sided tape and also paper and paper Glitz. It might be too much. So I just used this white glue. And if you notice, guys, this white glue is fabulous. You just got to hold it down for a few seconds and it's done. So now I'm going to come over here and I'm going to do this side. And remember, you can also, if you want, you can make a pile of glue in front of you and then take a tool like this and spread the glue on. It actually is a little faster to do it this way, to where you can just spread the glue on instead of taking the time to go to each little part of the web. Well, I hope everybody's having fun today. Even if it's not just with us. Oh, wait, this glue. Oh, go ahead. This is the tape dispenser you guys are talking about. Yeah, so it was made with a 3D printer. I don't know the lady's name. I guess I can go look it up on Etsy because I bought it off of Etsy. But if you go to Stamp Junkies on Facebook and ask someone there if they know the lady who makes the tape holders on Etsy, somebody will find it for you. Because that's what I did. I had seen it and I didn't go and buy it right away. And then when I realized, ooh, I do need that, I just went and asked, hey guys, where's that lady that sells these? And sure enough, within a couple of hours, someone knew her and had told her, and she got in touch with me. I don't know. Maybe it was $25. It's worth $25. It's very, very light. It's not like an industrial strength one that if you drop it on your toe, you have to have surgery and a toe removed. It's not like that. I think I have 2 of them. Yeah, 2. Because I never think that one is good enough. Well, I really didn't know what I was going to do with it. I knew I was going to use one for my double-sided tape. And the brand of double-sided tape I prefer is Elizabeth Crafts. They're fantastic people, and they come in all different lengths and widths of tape. And they're just my favorite tape company. All right, so here we have our Spiderweb down. And next we're just going to cut this off, but I need to do it in front of my face. I can't do it far away, so. So I'm just trimming this off. Told you this is nerve-wracking to me because I always worry I'm gonna mess up. And I can tell Matt's standing next to me watching me do it, thinking, don't mess up. Don't mess up. Huh?
Just cut it. You're good at fixing mistakes.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to wipe this glue off of my mat. So, okay, guys, this mat that I'm working on, this fabulous, wonderful glass mat, do you see how there's no glare? Do y'all see that? It's fabulous. This is from a company called glassboardstudio.com. And we're going to be doing a collaboration with them. But I saw that Christina Warner, I almost call her Christina McGuire all the time. Christina Warner has one of these. And let's just say 3 of them later. Yeah, I am in love. All right, so here we go. Okay, now what we have left to do is I need to cut this little piece off. Now we just need to embellish. All right, so I love to embellish. How about we let Matt do the stamping for us while we embellish? Because we do have to stamp this little sentiment that says, boo, I see you. You want to do that, babe?
Only if it's easy.
It is. You just have to stamp it and then die cut it. And he knows how to do that. So guys, look, I'm going to give him the Misty, the stamp, and the dies. And how about a piece of paper? Here, use this. Sorry. Okay, so all you gotta do is stamp the one that says, boo, I see you. And then die cut it out. So he's gonna do that for us while we embellish. So what I see here is, here it looks like I put some black sequins and then went back with some gold rhinestones. This is gold and clear. And then down here, I put little baby ghosts. Can y'all see those babies? These little ghosts floating around. And then some tiny little crystals that do look like stars. And this will not take as long as you think it will, because I'm pretty confident and fast with this. So I don't mess around with it too much. All right, I am going to get this little tool here though. No, just the one that says Boo, I See You. That one. So I'm going to start by putting my ghost and put some dots. Ooh, I need to glue that down. That little piece. Am I in frame? Okay. Let me glue this part down. So I'm just going to put, I'm looking off the card for a reference, and I'm going to come and put some dots of where I want my ghost on this side. And then I'm going to use this little picker up tool, which we don't sell. Sorry. And I don't know where you can get it actually. Matt bought it for me, and now we can't find him anymore. So I'm just placing the ghosts in almost the same spot I did last time. And some of these ghosts are little and some of them are bigger. So I'm putting them in different sizes also. Now remember guys, if you have the Midnight Tales sequence mix, you have these little ghosts. I just used all my ghosts up, so I had to, he went and grabbed me a few more out of storage. You have to die cut it too. Out of storage, out of my clay space. I have a clay room and sequence mixing little workshop in our house. All right, and then, whoopsie. And then one more right there. Okay. And then I see I have two over here. One. It's so much faster when you don't have to think about this since you're just copying, right? And that one's going in that. So this one's going in this direction. So I'm going to put this ghost going in the opposite direction. Like that. And there we have our little ghosties. Now let's find, we have a gem mix. This gem mix is called Day and Night. It's just, they're called Jet Black. And this is a brand new one. Oh, it's a brand new one because all my other ones were destroyed and broken inside my die cutting machine. Life. Alright, so I need some tiny babies. So I'm just going to keep digging until... So there are 700 of these in here. And I just want to find the baby clear ones. And I say baby, what size are the babies? What's the smallest, Matt?
3 millimeter.
3 millimeter. So I pick things out, okay? But Matt's the one who orders the stuff. So that's why I tell him this is what we need, and then 6 months later I've forgotten about it, what size I picked, and then they come in. All right, so that's why I've forgotten. Okay, so there's one clear little baby. So these are meant to be our stars. And here's another one. Okay, where are you guys? Here's another star. We are almost done with this card. After this, we just have to add sequence, bling, a little bit more rhinestones, and the sentiment, which Matt is very generously cutting for us. All right. So there's our stars. Okay, I think we need one more though. I need one more right there. One more. Just one more. Come on. What's one more? I need one more. There we go. All right, so there's our little scene with the graveyard, the floating graveyard. Oh, not those. Get off of there. And with the sweet little ghost. And remember, you can find these ghosts in the Midnight Tales sequence mix. Isn't that fun, guys? With the cute little ghosts. You know, you could put a little ghost right here too, but I figure that this card is kind of cheesy already with all the Halloween stuff. That it was good. All right, so now we're going to come to the top, and I am going to turn this upside down, guys, okay? Because I will put my hand all over it, and then I will have ghosts all over me instead of where they're supposed to be. Okay, so now what I'm looking for is I'm looking for black sequins. Oh, thank you, babe. And look, he did our little word. Okay, I'm going to put it right here. Don't let me lose it. So now I need to find some black sequins. Okay, and I do like large sequins when it comes to something fun. Okay, so if you want to see the top, this is what I'm looking at. I'm working on all those little black sequins. So I'm going to put, let's just put some down. Actually, this is where, let's put this, you know, let's do our sentiment since it's ready. I need you to go and find me gemstones that have that yellow in it. I don't know what it's called though. You probably do. So here's our little Boo I See You. So I'm going to put some foam tape, black foam tape on the back of our sentiment. This is another foam tape that I really like. It's scrapbooking. It's, I don't know, it's something. I love, all I know is it has these polka dots. I'll look it up for you later. And it comes on a roll like this, except it is much more expensive than the little strips. But I do like it. So here's our little sentiment. Boo, I See You. All right, there's that. Okay, so now that that's there, we can come with our sequins, our big black sequins. All right, so right here, I'm going to put some glue and put one right there. Let's see, did I stick that one down? I'm gonna put one here. Y'all, my hands are so full of glue and glitz and everything else that like stuff is just sticking to me. You found them? Thank you. And, you startled
Which one?
If they're like gold looking. I don't think it's them. I don't think it's that one. I think it's like the sand. I don't know. I might not have the gold. Sands of Time. I might not have them because, again, the same reason all of my gems got sent to Florida and they exploded in the box. I like have nothing left, right? So I don't know if I actually have that one or not, babe. I don't know if I got another one. You got it? Oh, yep, he found it. All right, so I'm going to put another black sequence. One more black one. Where are we going to put you? Let's put it up here. No, right here. No, right there. Okay. Now we're going to come inside all of these. I used this mix, which is called, what is this? Sands of Time. Huh, I remembered the name. That's a miracle. These are, they're the color of sand. They're not yellow, but they're not gold. They're literally, I think there's 3 different shades in here of a light, like a real, it's like a creamy crystal color, and then a golden yellow, and then another one that looks like sand. I love these. All right, so I always start by taking them and putting them in my trusty lid that my husband was awesome and thought of. So now I'm just gonna come, oops, and put some glue, you weren't dry, on them, and I'm going to come drop. And I love anytime I get to put gems into sequence. It just makes me happy. And guys, one thing about our gems are top quality. You cannot find any other gems out there other than Swarovski crystals that are the same or better quality. Okay, our gems are mint. Whenever we decided we were going to sell gems,
they're not plastic, they're glass.
Yeah, they're not plastic. We wanted something that was going to be top notch and we could stand behind. We didn't want to have to
not cloudy at all.
Yeah, no cloudiness. All right, so now I'm just going to come and add a few more little gems. My glue bottle has air pockets. Okay, do you see that air pocket? Okay, guys, so let's see. We are almost done. How long has it been? What time is it?
A little over an hour.
Whoa, guys, that's good for me to do this intricate of a card in less than 3 hours. All right. Thank you guys for still hanging around while you're watching me put gems and sequins on. Just a few more. Somebody earlier said, you always have to stop when you think you have enough. And I'm like, no, that is not true. No. I love, put as much on there as you can until then it starts looking tacky, then you back off. I love the babies. And don't worry, I fight for us to have the babies. Don't I, babe?
It's a hot topic of discussion.
Every time we order new gems, he's like, do we have to get those little ones? Yes, we have to get the babies. Everybody loves the babies. I love the baby gems. I have to have them. All right, just let me have one more baby gem. Is Lydia on here? She's probably rolling her eyes at me and the gems. Is she on here? Karen, are you? Look, save the babies. Ah! So Lydia and I rag each other a lot. And I do mean a lot, okay, guys? And she always tells me that, oh, I don't want to mess with sequins, or I don't want to mess with gems. And I'm like, you got to bling it out, girl. So there you go. So what do you think? We are done. So the only thing I have left to do to this is to put it on a black card base. And I'm pretty sure you guys know how to put it on a black card base. But I will have it down on a black card base for you guys before. Oh wait, I did forget something. I made a mistake when I made this original card. I wanted to put a piece of shiny shine on the back of the shaker element. So I did cut out this circle, and I am going to attach it to the back so that even though it is going on a black card base, I just wanted the shaker element to have, you know, come on now, just a little bit more glitter. Why not? There's glitter everywhere you can imagine. All right. So how long has it been?
Hour and 13 minutes.
Okay, I have one more thing, you guys, to show you for Halloween. Do you want to hang around a few more minutes? Because it'll take me 2 minutes to get my stuff together because I already have it out. But I wanted to show something to you that was a super, super, super simple card. And I actually, so it's up to you. Matt, my computer looks like it needs. So do you guys, and since Lydia, hold on. Okay, wait, stay right there. Ouch. I've got to go get one more thing because I noticed this morning how cool this card would look. Okay, I'm back. Okay. Are y'all still there? Did you leave me? Okay. Here's your bonus card, okay? Because I figured this is going to be the longest one. So I have a bonus card. So so part of being an owner of a stamp company is I have to prototype everything. So before I order things, stuff has to come in and I have to test it and look at it, see if it's good quality, see if it's something that we want to carry. So I had to prototype this 4x4 seamless stamp, okay? And so what it is, it's a 4x4 seamless stamp, so it repeats, right? Well, I made a mistake on it right there. Do y'all see that mistake? And I just didn't have the heart to throw it away. So I put it to the side, and I was digging through stuff today looking for scraps. And I also found this. This is another one of our dies. This is like a storybook. I think we released this in June. Well, I just so happened to notice that if I stuck this panel with that big mistake on it behind this tree, look, now we have ghosts. Isn't that fun? And then I thought, hey, let's do some ink blending. So I have a blender, a life-changing blender brush, and it has one of my green rubber bands on it. And I'm just going to come in here. This is My Favorite Things ink. And I'm just going to add some green to these ghosts. And notice I am holding it correctly. However, I'm just holding it slightly. And it doesn't matter how it comes out because they're ghosts, right? So there was Sour Apple. Here's Field Day. And it's okay to go darker because I'm going darker. Now, I know some people in this world, or some people watching this, would have done red ghosts to scare all the little kitties. But I thought green would be fun. And then I grabbed this Vintage Timber, which is also a green color. Let me just check to make sure it... Ooh, it's like a brown. Well, let's just see. So I'm just going to finish this off with whatever I have left over in my brush. Now, guys, let me show you something. A Pick and Fit Studios life-changing blender brush, you can do this. Do you see how I'm opening it wide and I'm forcing all the ink out of it? I need a little bit more ink. That's the difference right there. You can go as heavy or as light as you want. You don't have to worry about them falling apart or even needing to wash them too much. They're meant to last. I'm just adding in some of that brown. All right. And it doesn't even matter how well you blend this because it's Halloween. Ooh, this would have been cute purple. I mean, some orange ghosts too, huh? Okay. So, do I have any water? I do. So I'm just going to lightly mist, if this is not locked. Oh, it's not. I'm just going to lightly mist this water, and then pick up some of this ink. And you see, it's amazing how it went from being a little blotchy to just putting a teeny tiny little bit of ink. And now it's, of water, excuse me. And now we have a card that's done. And then I have this tree, which I will glue on the back. On the front. Actually, I think I'm going to cut this tree out a couple of more times just to make it a little thicker. And then lay it on top because it'll help build the card and make it, again, look a little bit more finished. And then maybe I'll find some googly eyeballs and put some googly eyes there. Yeah? Well, I do promise one day I will do a whole class just about blending brushes. Thank you guys. All right. Well, I think that's going to end our second session for World Card Making Day. I hope you guys had fun. Be sure to come back at 6 o'clock because I'm going to blow your mind at 6 o'clock. Okay, guys? I have discovered some new techniques with paper glaze, and I'm going to demo the new Luxe that everybody's in love with. So I'm going to be using Glitz, paper Luxe, paper glaze, and paper glaze enhancer all on one card. Like, seriously, go to the bathroom before you come because we're gonna be here for a little while. Yeah, isn't that how cute that is? And guys, our seamless stamps, they're 4x4. We have about 12 to 15 different videos on our seamless stamps. Just go back and go to our YouTube channel and look up, there's lots of videos, and they will show you how on our videos it just boom, boom, boom. And the 4x4s are so perfect for slimline. All right, so we'll have a good afternoon, and I'll see you in less than 3 hours. Bye, guys.
6 p.m. Central.
Yep, 6 p.m. Oh, 6 p.m. Central.
On Facebook or YouTube.
Yeah, we'll be on both. Now that we know how to do it, right, babe?
Hopefully.
Bye, guys. Oh, we will have this recorded and saved. So if you miss it, it'll be recorded and saved. Oh my God, did you